With the new year comes a new band of superheroes. And this time, the Daysavers are a little bit more petite than what you might be used to seeing on screen. Robert Rodriguez's new film, We Can Be Heroes, will introduce us all to a group of talented kids who have to step up after Earth is invaded by a bunch of robotic, squid-like aliens that abduct their parents, who all just happen to be part of the world's premier superhero squad called the Heroics. Here's everything you need to know about We Can Be Heroes. While many of the characters in We Can Be Heroes are brand new, the movie also takes place in the same universe as one of writer-director Robert Rodriguez's other family-friendly action-adventure films, 2005's The Adventures of Sharkboy and Lava Girl 3D. That movie follows a 10-year-old named Max who has a big imagination and writes about an all-new world called Planet Drool, where his new friends Sharkboy and Lava Girl have gone to stand guard. Max's family and classmates don't believe in his tall tales about encountering the two superheroes and learning about their planet. As such, they're all pretty surprised when Sharkboy and Lava Girl actually show up to his school to recruit Max to join them in saving their world. Max might not have grown gills from being raised by sharks or have the power of fire at his fingertips, but the film shows that even the smallest among us can become mighty in the face of a challenge. That's also the prevailing message of We Can Be Heroes, as the fate of the world rests in the tiny hands of this new group of tots, which includes Sharkboy and Lava Girl's own wave-riding daughter, Guppy.
She's got shark strength!
Alongside the return of Taylor Dooley as the original Lava Girl, you'll likely recognize the faces of some of the other heroics who've been nabbed, as well as those grown-ups who are put in charge of keeping their children safe from the unearthly intruders. First, there's Pedro Pascal, who plays Marcus Moreno. Fans probably know him for any number of his hit roles, like his starring role as the Mandalorian on the hit show of the same name. Some of his most memorable small-screen parts include his turn as Agent Marcus Pike in The Mentalist, alongside his eye-popping performance as Javier Peña in Narcos. He's also known for his film roles as Whiskey in Kingsman: The Golden Circle and as Francisco Morales in The Triple Frontier. Christian Slater also stars as the kidnapped superhero Techno. He's another star with a sprawling filmography. Slater won a Golden Globe for his work in Mr. Robot, and fans may also recognize him from some of his standout film roles, including as JD in the 1989 dark comedy Heathers, as Clarence Worley in 1993's True Romance, and as reporter Daniel Malloy in the 1994 adaptation Interview with the Vampire, to name a few. Meanwhile, fans may recognize actress Priyanka Chopra Jonas, who plays Ms. Granada in We Can Be Heroes. She previously starred as Alex Parrish in the TV action series Quantico, and she can also be seen as Pinky Madam in The White Tiger. Then there's Boyd Holbrook, who stars in the film as Miracle Guy. He's another notable alumni of Narcos, having starred in the series as DEA agent Steve Murphy. Boyd is also known for his role as William Cap Hatfield in the TV miniseries Hatfield and McCoys, as Kyle in the silver screen adaptation of Stephenie Meyer's The Host, and as Quinn McKenna in The Predator. The grown-ups of We Can Be Heroes aren't the only ones coming into the film with some impressive credentials. The young stars of the movie are also quite accomplished. Vivian Lyra Blair, who plays Little Guppy, is perhaps best known for her riveting role as Girl in the apocalyptic drama Bird Box. She also starred as Serenity Jones in the TV miniseries Waco and appeared as Penny in an episode of Station 19. Yahya Gosselin, meanwhile, stars as the Take Charge tyke Missy Moreno. TV fans may recognize her from her role as Tali LaCroix in FBI and its spin-off FBI Most Wanted. She also appeared as the younger version of Penelope in the Purge TV show and as Graciela Padilla in the last 2 seasons of 13 Reasons Why. Akira Akbar also stars in We Can Be Heroes and has already made a name for herself with some memorable screen appearances, including as little Monica Rambeau in Captain Marvel. Robert Rodriguez is one of Hollywood's most versatile filmmakers, and he's made a name for himself across multiple genres. But family-friendly action movies are particularly close to Rodriguez's heart because he grew up making movies with his 9 siblings just for fun.
I was just always making movies in my backyard with my brothers and sisters.
To honor his heritage, Rodriguez worked hard to create the Spy Kids series in the image of his own upbringing. His work on The Adventures of Sharkboy and Lava Girl 3D is similarly inspired by those those nearest and dearest to him. He revealed to Today that the idea for the film was initially inspired by his then 7-year-old son, racer Max Rodriguez. In fact, Racer helped him conceptualize the story's characters and appears in the film as the young version of Shark Boy. Though his own children have since grown up, Rodriguez explained that he was eager to return to this story for We Can Be Heroes because his most rabid fan base has been for his children's movies, and his own kids helped him come up with the idea for the new take. It just shows that working together is the greatest strength of all.
We have a secret weapon. Teamwork!
Thanks for watching. Click the links in our video to watch more from Netflix Film Club. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the latest exclusive videos. Plus, hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.